Pre-market futures, 5:56 a.m., 12/14/2011. Feature First Solar. Why? Closing print 42.57. We've had gap down here, and we're starting to make a market. It was actually lower than that, and it's 37.30 now. That's where the prints are going up. But we're going to take a look at the daily chart. Now, they guided down all of next year. So what is First Solar really worth? We have been a long-term short seller on First Solar using very long-term leaps that can go out to 39 months based on failed plans that at one time First Solar was the best thing that you could own during that particular time when it was all hyped up and everything, but now the business plan is not working. However, it will be tradable off the bottoms because at some point First Solar will still get on sale. What we're going to be featuring with the MMTs is that when that bottom is put in, there's a gap sequence over here on this daily chart. So you can see where the numbers are, 37.40. Now, when we get into this part of the chart, MMT, let's just take a look at this area right here. And this is back in 2006 MMTs when we were trading it. This is back in the calendar year right here. This is the lower end of this gap, and the low of that was $33, and the high of that was $34.74. That's going to be your reference point at that lower sell down level over a period of time, whether it's done today or not. And if people want to get out, now First Solar will bounce off the bottoms. You can see if I draw a trend line horizontally right now at 37.35 here in pre-market. So let's try to find 37.18 is right there. Let's just say it's hard to get it perfect, but here's 37.26 pennies. Okay, that's this trend line here. This is where you're gapping back into this 2006 neighborhood. See, we were long back then, and that's when First Solar was being introduced. That's 2007 gap right here. This low end of that was 2007, and the low was 33, and the high was 34.74. Opened it at 33.52. So we know that there is a trend line break support level if there is a sell through before you bounce. You will bounce off of the support level before you roll over, and this is going to be the support and resistance levels right here. And this is a daily chart on First Solar. Once again, pre-market here is that rather doesn't matter what price First Solar is you don't have to go in it right away. It will turn. However, on every turn that it takes up, let's say it goes up a 36912, and the shorts are covering during a 15-minute move or whatever the case is, it will roll back over with a red reversal bar, because it will. And so the thing about it is the sell down over time is if they're going to bail out on the earnings, well, then this is going to be your first major support level back here. And it hasn't been this cheap. Now, people do buy the dips on gap downs. If it gaps down and turns right away, you want to get that transaction and take it right up to that exit reversal short entry. Featuring First Solar, featuring key support levels down here. Here's that bid and ask right now in pre-market at this trend line. This was a close. I will draw a trend line here. Anything is possible. If there's a bear raid, a short cover, you could always go up and hit resistance levels before you roll over. But here they are. And this is right in the middle of that gap sequence. And here's another one that goes right about there. And that's going to be at 35.84 right there. And you can go look in your MMT platform. Pre-market, this is the time frame. Let us be in reality. That's going back to 2/13 of 2007. That's going to be your support levels through this gap sequence level. That was a gap back then. But these are going to be the support levels to that gap. Once again, it's been our privilege how to make a market. Just remember that when they bounce intraday, they will roll back over. They guided the quarter down, and it doesn't look good in that respect. However, where is the cash market value is you let the public decide that and just go in that directional movement. Thank you. 6:02 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Gap sequence for solar, gap open down back to the levels of 213 of 2007. We have the trend lines, and we have that pre-market bid and ask at 733,000 volume, 28 minutes to the opening bell. 1 hour and 2 minutes of pre-market futures have ticked by. This is that gap sequence at support levels on First Solar. The intraday levels will be sold short when they make their reversal highs.